Hello everyone, we're here at the Melbourne show. The rain's just stopped for a minute, and as usual we thought we'd do some videos with some of our suppliers on the new product that we're releasing into the Wonderland range. So we've got Gareth here from Arizon, which supplies our Victron systems. As of 2024, we'll be offering the Victron systems as an upgrade option on the Amaru, the Hornet and the XTR series. Most of our off-grid models need inverters, so the Victron systems that we'll be offering will have 3,000 watt inverters on the 12 volt systems, as well as up to 48 volt systems like this one behind us here. So Gareth, can you explain to us some of the features and benefits of the Victron systems?
Sure. So one of the main benefits of the Victron system is it's modular. So all of these components are specifically designed to do their job, which means they're of a much higher quality than an all-in-one unit. And if you have any issues with them, you can just replace that without having your entire system going down in the meantime. Here we have the solar charge controller. Because this is a 48 volt system, even though there's a large amount of panels on the roof here, it only needs to be 35 amps output, because it's a quarter of the current, because you've got 4 times the voltage. These are our 48 to 12 volt converters for our 12 volt bus. We've got 3 of them for a total of 90 amps on the DC bus. This is our 12 to 48 volt DC to DC charger, so you can charge from your alternator. And this will do 30 amps at 48 volts, which is the 12 volt equivalent of 120 amps. Down here we have this device called the servo, and this is basically the brain unit of the entire system. That's talking to everything else here, the inverter, the solar charge controllers, the batteries, which are hidden behind here, and that's going to display everything on a touchscreen that we have inside. It's also data logging everything and sending it all to the cloud. This is a really big advantage for Victron products, because it means that if you're in the middle of nowhere and something goes wrong with your system, all of the information that's happening with your system has already been sent to the cloud. You can talk to us and we can look at what's happening. We're not relying on your anecdotal evidence. We can log into it remotely over the internet and change settings and things like that if we need to. But we can also, say for instance, you're saying, oh well, my batteries are flat and I don't believe that they should be. We can log in and look at the historical data and we can see, oh well, your batteries are flat because you've used a lot of power, or actually your batteries are flat because your solar isn't producing. Maybe you need to have a look at the fuse, something like that. That just makes the customer service side of things just so much easier and such a higher standard than it is without that information. One of the great features of the Victron system is this touchscreen here, and this shows you everything that's happening with the system. So you can see here the state of charge of the battery, you can see the DC power loads, how much solar charge is coming in, and also what your AC loads are. And if you're plugged into site power, you'll be able to see that input here. There's a bunch of different pages on here. This is the main one. We scroll over to this one here. This is the same thing, but you've also got your tank levels there as well. You can turn the inverter on and off and adjust the AC input current limit. There's a special page just for tanks as well. So there's really lots of information about your system that you can look at here. For those who are a bit more technically inclined, there's deeper menus in here where you can get into a lot more detail. But for most of the time, people are just going to be looking at these main pages here to see what's happening with their system. This information is also, if it's connected to the internet, available online as well. So if you've got it down the back paddock and you want to check that the system is still charging before you go away, you can just log in remotely and see all this information. You can also make use of the Victron app, which allows you Bluetooth access directly to some of the components in the system. I've got the app up here on my phone. So you can see here, we've got the smart solar charge controller, we've got the servo, and these are some other vans nearby. So if we go into the smart solar charge controller, you can see how much power it's putting out. Not much at the moment because it's pretty overcast outside. The input voltage and the output voltage and current. You can also look at the history here, which is really useful. See what it's done for the last 30 days, what the maximum it's done for the day is, and what the battery's been doing as well. This can be really useful for either troubleshooting or just looking at trends. This information is available on the touchscreen as well, but it is quite good to use it on the app. And you can actually use the share button to send that info to somebody else as well.